Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, students, to another tutorial on Adobe After Effects CC. This is a continuation of the second part of the path animation tutorial we sent you earlier. So we said we are going to do in this exercise this example, which is text along a path with its reflection, moving with it. So how basically we are going to do this? So we are going to start a new composition. I'm going to leave the settings as it is default. I'm going to just change this to black, and then I'm going to move this to that side, and I'm going to create a text. Basically, I'm not going to write web and multimedia development. We are going to write path. Let's just make the text white. Path animation and reflection. Path animation and reflection. And like this is better. So first thing to do is we're going to create the path. So if you remember this, this path was not this one. This one. It is like a star. So we're going to start with a star shape. Okay. I'm going to go back to my composition, which is path animation plus reflection. I'm going to name it. Here. Path animation plus reflection. Okay, sorry for this. Okay, fine. Now it's okay. This is our composition plus reflection. We're going to go to the star here. I'm going to select the star, and again I'm going to double click. Double click the star, and we don't have it anyway. Let me double click. It is the mouse didn't respond properly. So now we have this path. For sure it doesn't look like the star that we saw earlier before. So I'm going to go double click here, double click the star, and I'm going to move it, and then we need to change these values in order to make it smooth, something similar to that path. To do this, you need to select and go to the under the pen tool, you select convert vertex tool. Again, you have to create this, click and drag to change the points. Click and drag, click and drag, click and drag, click and drag, again click and drag. You don't have to be accurate, it's just an example basically. Click and drag. We just need to make it smooth. Yep. So we have something similar. Anyway, you can play around with the shape as you want. Okay. For example, you can you cannot click, because if you click while you are selecting the convert vertex, it's gonna convert to a linear. I'm gonna just change this to the selection tool. I can move it to that side if I want. I'm gonna just make it a little bit like this, and I'm gonna make this a little bit like this. Okay, and then I'm gonna double click it. I will just decrease it a little bit. Control and shift. We're gonna have this again, enter, and I'm gonna select outside and then select this point. I'm gonna change it a little bit and a little bit. Okay, now we are ready to apply the text to the path that we have. So I'm gonna go to the text and the path options. I'm gonna select mask 1, and as you can see directly here I'm gonna have my path. As I said before, I can reverse it, and this time I'm gonna have it that way. Okay, this is path animation and reflection. Now I want to create the reflection. Basically, how I'm gonna create the reflection? To do so, we need to create another layer. We're gonna duplicate the layer. So we're gonna just duplicate this layer. I'm gonna move it below it. I'm gonna change its name to reflection, and this is going to be text reflection, and I'm going to change this to text. Okay, now this text reflection, you see I'm going to hide it. It is not showing anything. So how I'm going to reflect the text? The easiest way to reflect or to do the reflection is to flip it along y-axis minus 100%. or basically change the scale value along Y to minus 100%. But if we do this, this is what we're gonna get. I'm gonna go to the scale, I'm gonna uncheck this link, and we're gonna go to minus 100%. You see, it's gonna flip the layer, and this is obvious because this transform group relates to the layer. I guess you refer to the transform video, transform control, transform groups, which I already have in my channel, to understand the difference between transform groups, especially when you have repeaters. I'm gonna Control Z and do this. And what we have to do, we need to flip only the text, not the layer. So to do this, we have to use animated group. Okay, we explained this earlier in previous lessons. So I'm gonna go to the animate, and as I explained before, each animated group is gonna have a range and a property. And basically, we are not concerned about the range now because we're not gonna change it. So you can keep it, you can delete it. This is not gonna be a problem. But this time I'm gonna go to the scale, I'm gonna unlink it, and I'm gonna change this to minus 100%. You see now I have the reflection, I have the text reflected. I'm gonna zoom, you see here I have the text reflected, but now they are very close to each other. I need to push this away that side and push that away that side. So anyway, to do this, I'm gonna add another property. Basically, I'm not gonna go here, I'm gonna go to this animator and just change another select another property, which is a position in this case, and I'm gonna change the position a little bit away, like 5. I'm gonna do the same thing for here. I'm gonna go for the text, add an animator group, and I'm gonna add a position, and I'm gonna just push the position away that side. Now they are like reflected, or at least a little bit more clearer, more obvious. So you see now when I move, I'm gonna have I didn't do the animation, so I'm not gonna have anything yet. Okay. Oh, so this is the first mistake that I did. What? You have to do the animation, then you duplicate, so you don't have to do the animation twice. So it's good that sometimes we do these mistakes, so you don't do it in real exams or in your assignments. So I'm gonna do the animation. It's very simple animation. I'm gonna go to the masks. Sorry, not this mask. I'm gonna go here to the first alignment that I have, the first margin, sorry, that I have, and I'm gonna create an animation which is around 5 seconds long. Okay, again I'm gonna press Ctrl K for the composition settings and change this to 10. I don't need it to be 20, and I'm gonna change the margin. You can change it from here or by number. So I'm gonna just move it all the way around here again. Okay, so we see this we have this animation now. Okay, I'm gonna make this -5, and now I'm ready to create the reflection. So I'm gonna duplicate the text, I'm gonna put it below, and this is going to be text reflection. And now you don't need to add an animator group, you already have it here. You're just gonna change the position to 5 instead of -5. Okay, and then you need to add another one to flip it, which is, if you remember, we did it before, it's gonna be -100 along y-axis. So this is my let me just select this here. Sorry, I don't need the title safe area to be displayed. Okay, you see now you have this animation, but the reflection should be a little bit fainted and blurry. Okay, so again we have it here, property, we are gonna add another property, opacity, and another property which is blur here. Okay, I'm gonna change the opacity to around 70%, and I'm gonna make it a little bit blurry, not that much. It depends on the reflection. For example, if it's reflected on a water, it depends on the water quality or pureness, sorry, not quality, the purity of the water. So I'm gonna just make it 3, or maybe 3 is gonna be okay. And you see here we created something similar, space, and we have this animation. Okay, if you don't like this path, actually you can create any path and you exactly do the same idea doing this reflection. Okay, I hope this was useful and you enjoyed the tutorial. We see you in other tutorials, inshallah. And next time we're going to discuss how to add a path animation to a shape layer, not to a text layer.